Peace. So it's been a minute since I've done a little chit chat, kind of. I just wanted to talk about a variety of things that's been on my mind and just my perception of things. Both with my own background drama, channel drama, and just the atmosphere of YouTube right now in general. It's no secret that I'm having difficulty staying connected to my channels. Also within the midst of trying to make changes and paying attention to my self-care. But the whole beauty community drama, I don't really feel like naming any names, but you all know who I'm talking about. There's two separate things going on right now. And I'm not going to talk about them in detail separately because I'd rather take away the lesson than the actual tea or lack thereof, really. And to me, the lesson and takeaway for me is to make sure the people you surround yourself with has the same definitions of things as you do. Also, communication is key, which both of them go hand in hand. We need to look at how people define community, how people define friendships, watching how people move, if possible, in their other friendships and how they network and things like that. And if something's really bothering you, to state it. I've already talked about our culture of dismissal, our culture of very lack of effort, where we think everything has this microwave effect of instant friendships, instant discovery of things. And a lot of it's just kind of off-putting, really. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth as somebody who is not very social and tries time and time again to be out there. And, a lot of times I think people is really making a fool out of my ass, really. I think I've extended my kindness as far as it can go. My whole thing, though, if you have the grace of being my friend, is my loyalty's rock solid. My loyalty's rock solid. My viewpoints and advice has moved mountains. But I don't know. People say things that they don't mean. A lot of things are facade. And I think that's the problem with the culture of YouTube as we grow in this age where video sharing and, virtual connection, where all this comes into play is, there's various categories of people. In the beginning stages, everyone is as they are. Then, you see certain moves can be made to go down this avenue, or certain moves can be made for that avenue. One being fame, one being wealth, and people make moves according to what their intentions are, or what their new intentions may be. And, there's just some people who's parlaying, who's in between somewhere around there, But yeah, a lot of people are on facades. A lot of people associate behind a facade. A lot of the people who are keying together don't even really like each other, kind of thing. I don't really know how that works, because I don't like being around people I don't like. So I don't know. But what we have to understand is a lot of the personas we see online aren't actually who they are. whether that be a good thing or a bad thing. So when we're taking people at face value just based on numbers or based on the fact that you like somebody's makeup, I mean, at the end of the day, when you see certain things go down with people and you haven't gathered any type of bond with them, it's best to just leave it as is, really, because I mean, you're going back and forth based on certain facts from people unless you know them personally. What real input can anybody say, you know? But as far as me and my channel, YouTuber slash, well, I guess just a social media person in general called Gervais. She's made, video that received some backlash, and she brought up some interesting points of, a lot of people want your emotional energy as far as making videos, as far as advice, as far as your performance, whatever it may be. And once you're having to, based on their requests or energies of, can I see this, where are you, kind of thing, like, you're left dealing with the backlash and people's bullshit while they're like in the silence watching, whether they're watching for the bullshit or watching simply because they like you. But when they're seeing like all this other stuff going down, is like they're mute, or even just support in general, they're mute. So it's like you're extending all this energy, because like sharing and being open and being, an authentic individual is a lot of emotional energy. And when people say but don't do, it can be greatly frustrating. Also, behind the scenes, sometimes there's a lot of things you may see if you up at weird hours, or you may not see. But, there's a lot of things you have to deal with. And, my partner kind of made this point of like, well, just not being on here. But, like, to me, it's not just even just an internet thing. Because, like I said, it seems to extend into our everyday physical realms as well, where people just garner this viewpoint of folks based on a completely superficial level and find it okay to harass them, whether it be their skin color, their size, their abilities, like whether they're disabled or not, whatever thing they feel like is abnormal or not visually appealing to them or whatever, and they feel like that point is okay to harass people, that point is okay for them to be cruel. It's kind of going back to when somebody wanted to comment about, well, why should we like even put input when you don't seem to care, blah blah blah. The energy is not equal. It's not equal, because I put out, or have, past tense, put out way more content than support. So when things are silent, the blame ain't fully on me, because like, why should I, make videos daily or whatever is expected, deal with a lot of people's bad vibes, with a sprinkle of good here and there, but mostly be mute in silence while I'm sharing. No one makes videos to talk to them. Well, maybe there's someone out there, but most people don't make videos just to see their face, just to hear their own voice. Although I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that love the sound of their own voice. Um, but yeah, my whole purpose in having had a YouTube channel for all these years has been for connection, has been for growth, has been, on some level just to parlay and bullshit. Um, Especially on my beauty channel, just to be cool. And it seemed like even if I come on here and some casual stuff, just he, and I'm thinking, it's a good post, some people came through la da, like people, there'll still be some people who want to find something wrong. And that's fully not within my control. Not saying that it is or should be, but we have to understand there's a difference between disagreeing with a viewpoint, if there even happens to be a viewpoint. Because sometimes I feel like people make up arguments of things that wasn't even something that was an opinion of mine or something I've even said, just for the sake of people like to be disgruntled. There's a difference between having a difference of opinion and people just being either trolls or just very cruel. I don't understand cruelness as a vocation. It's not cute to me because I'm pretty sure a lot of these people are adults. And, I've always said, I think the greatest thing that bothers me about things like that is there's probably folks in their everyday life who thinks that they're good people. But behind closed doors, they're like harassing folks or, doing deeds that has no purpose, no productive purpose. So, I mean, there's that. I don't know. It's just, wow. That's all it is, really. But I mean, I do want to thank those of you who do watch my videos, who support in the ways I've asked, whether it be liking a video, commenting, participating in questions, being true and real, down-to-earth individuals. I see you. I recognize you. I honor you. But it's a lot sometimes. It's just a lot. And I don't know, since I just want to be a cool space where you're just chilling with people, talking, having a good time. I mean, in a lot of that mission, I feel like I've seen people here and there who aren't who I thought they were, or who didn't care to be anybody at all. And that part's disappointing, and it's frustrating, and it kind of gives you a sense of what makes sense and what doesn't. And I don't know what makes sense anymore. I really don't.